Hello. I'm so excited because I've been waiting to read these spooky books for almost a year. I got these in December. I am so excited to start reading these spooky books. I didn't want to read them in December because it was December, very festive, and then January, and then fall, and it was spring, and then it was summer, and now it's finally fall vibes, and I can start reading my spooky books. I want to just introduce the first book because I'm going to start it right now. I'm going to include timestamps for the different books that I'm reading in this video, so I'm obviously presenting this one right now, but there'll be other ones, so just check in either the description or the timeline to see what else I'm reading if you're not interested in this one or whatever. First book of this spooky series is going to be The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I watched the Netflix series. It was so good. I love that cast of actors and that director making these haunted houses series. Like The Haunting of Bly Manor was also very good. I'm thinking it won't be as good as the series, but I'm not quite sure. The series is just so good and layered, and there's jumps to the past and the present. I'm not quite sure how they got that from this book. So let's get to reading. You know, when you got new fresh nails, you're just like, let's go to the reading. Let's start reading. Okay guys, so I'm at chapter 3 of Hill House now, and it's so completely different than the series, which I wasn't really expecting. I hadn't read the blurb. Basically, this doctor invites 3 individuals to Hill House, and he wants to like explore, I guess, the supernatural or whatever this house has. So we're following Eleanor, one of the 3. There's also Theodora and Luke. We haven't met Luke or the doctor yet, but they're on their way. The 2 girls have arrived to the house, and there's creepy vibes. They're staying in like colored rooms. Theodora's in the green room and Eleanor's in the blue room. And it's creepy, but we'll see, you know, like the house definitely has a presence. It's a short book, but I'm a slow reader, and I don't know, we'll just see. Hey guys, so it's late. I just finished The Haunting of Hill House, and I'm going to talk about it more tomorrow, but I just wanted to say that I'm properly spooked. I had to go downstairs to do the litter box and grab the camera, and I didn't really want to go. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey y'all, so I finished Hill House last night, as you saw, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars, and I was watching reviews afterwards and comparisons with the series. Very spooky, very tension building, and in a short amount of time to do that, I thought was pretty impressive. And I can see how some people might not like it, however, and I was reading some reviews of people who didn't like it as well, just saying that they didn't think it was scary enough, or that they weren't really into the characters. The characters that I liked the least were Dr. Montague's wife and whoever she brought with her, Arthur, his name is. Because I guess like midway through the book, they show up to the house. They're very like high strung. They're like, let's go spirits, like, hello, where are you guys, planchette and everything. And that's not the vibe that the other ones had. They were just like willing to let the house speak for itself, and if something was bound to happen, it would happen naturally. They were more like trying to force the thing. So I know like they're supposed to be like that, so that's why they didn't bother me too much, but I did feel like a strain when they arrived. But I really like what they did with Eleanor, without giving any like spoilers and stuff. It's very like psychological. So yeah, I really enjoyed the book, so I'm happy I read it. And yeah, it's a 4-star for me. So the next book I'm going to read is Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. It's like a carnival show that comes to town and some stuff happens, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to read this. I do have a book club meeting tomorrow for non-related to spooky stuff, but I'm going to suggest that we read like a spooky book for the next thing. Guys, I've been reading Something Wicked This Way Comes, and I'm so into it now. It started off really hard to read because I don't know how to describe how it's written. It's like sing-songy, or like, I don't know. It's like fancy literature, which I'm not used to, so it was pretty hard to read, honestly, but I've been loving it. It's another really psychological one. I feel like it has a lot to do with time and age, and it's like the carnival. We're following these, I don't know if I already like gave you like a brief summary, but it's like we're following these two boys, especially Will, but it's Will and Jim, and a carnival shows up to town and there's some weird stuff going on. So yeah, it's really cool. In case I didn't read the blurb, I'll just include it now because I'm not sure. Cougar and Dark's Pandemonium Shadow Show has come to Greentown, Illinois to destroy every life touched by its strange and sinister mystery. The carnival rolls in sometime after midnight, ushering in Halloween a week early. A calliope shrill siren song beckons to all with a seductive promise of dreams and youth regained. Two boys will discover the secret of its smoke, mazes, and mirrors. Two friends who will soon know all too well the heavy cost of wishes and the stuff of nightmares. It's very much like it says about youth regained, something about time and childhood and youthfulness. All that is explored. So yeah, I'm really into it. I don't have much left because this actually has like history, context, and criticism at the end. So this is no longer part of the story. So I only have this left. So how much is that? About 100 pages. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little update and yeah, it's really good. Hey guys, so I just woke up, so excuse my appearance. But I wasn't sure if I showed you the recent purchases I made, books. Before I talk about something Wicked This Way Comes, I wanted to show you guys these books that I bought. So first, I got A Cosmology of Monsters by Sean Hamill. I'm not too sure why I picked this up because I've never heard of it before, but I loved this image of like a werewolf hand and a human hand. Very Beauty and the Beast, very understanding the monster within or something, I don't know. I thought it looked interesting, so I picked this up. So after reading The Haunting of Hill House, I wanted to try something else of Shirley Jackson. So this is We Have Always Lived in the Castle. It looks very spooky and strange, so I'm looking forward to reading this because I really liked her writing style in Hill House, and I thought I like the whole psychological aspect where it's not in your face spooky, it's really more deep than that. So I'm gonna try this. I picked this one up because it just looks so fun. It's my best friend's Exorcism by Grady or Grady, I'm so sorry, I don't know, Grady Hendrix, let's say. And the back is just hilarious. It says, like an unholy hybrid of Beaches and the Exorcism, which is hilarious. Like if you've seen Beaches, like such like a tearjerker, like friendship drama, and then to combine it with The Exorcist is just hilarious to me. So yeah, I like how this looks like an old vintage thing, like VHS or something. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this as well. I got The Maidens by Alex, how do you pronounce this? MacLeod? I'm not sure. Whatever this is. And I read The Silent Patient last year, I think. And it was just fine. It was fair, but I've been seeing this on TikTok and everywhere, so I thought I'd try it out as well. I don't really know what to expect with any of these books, really. And then finally, I also got Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. So a lot of spooky books, but this one is not. It's just called Ghosts. But it's more about, I think, ghosting, like texting and ghosting. So I'll read this eventually as well. I also received 2 books that I had ordered, and I'm still waiting for some more. But anyway, I got Happiness Volume 8 by Shuzo Shimi. I have to read chapter 7 before, and they didn't have it, so I'm gonna order it when I can, but I just had to order it. I need this anyway, so might as well get it. And then for my first, because I have 2 book clubs and I usually call them my first and my second book club, but for my first book club, I guess, we are reading Hope in the Dark, Untold Histories, Wild Possibilities by Rebecca Solnit. And this comes after a conversation where we're pretty pessimistic about life and about just where we are right now as a society. So this was suggested. So this is what we're reading, but I'm going to read it after Spooky Month. Last night I finished Something Wicked This Way Comes. I was like staying up late to read it. I did not read the, what's it called in the back, the like history and context or whatever. Yes, history, context, and criticism. I'm going to do that now, but I still want to talk about the book. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I really loved it. I loved the whole storyline, the prose, like the way Ray Bradbury writes is kind of complicated for me to grasp everything. A lot of words I don't know. Like my English is not perfect. I'm also like, English isn't like a second language, or like I just learned French and English at the same time, so like the grasp on the language maybe is different than other people. I don't know. I felt this was like kind of fancy writing to me, but it was beautifully written, like so descriptive, and you just knew exactly what he was going for in describing different things. So I really liked how it was written in the end. Like it took a while to get used to it, kind of like with Shirley Jackson as well, The Haunting of Hill House, but this was just very beautiful. And I love the storyline. I really love how it's about these two young boys, and then one of the boys' father's involved, and trying to find like satisfaction in where you are right now. I thought that was just beautiful. There's a movie, I guess. I was like looking it up last night. There's a movie, so I'm kind of interested in watching that. It's pretty old, so it might be like a little dated, but I think it looks really interesting, and I'd love to see like a more recent remake. Like I don't know why Tim Burton hasn't like jumped on this domain. I guess maybe it's just not available anymore, or I don't know. It's really nice and visually striking. Like you can see being a movie because it's just so, I just see the whole thing already. So I'm going to read the little history and context, and then the next book I'm picking up is, can you guess from the ones I just showed you guys? I want something a little fun, a little light, so I'm going for My Best Friend's Exorcism. Hey guys, let me take this off. Can't even see me. Okay, can you see me? It's a little dark. So I've been reading, and I just wanted to give you a little update. We're gassing up and on our way to an apple orchard. We're gonna go see if we can pick some apples. Anyways, so these chapters don't have numbers, but I'm at page 90. So far so good. It's very much building the friendship. So the images in the front are actually showing up in the book. I really like all the 80s references, a lot of musical and movies references, so I like that. I'm gonna go pick some apples and continue reading later tonight. You guys, I just received a book, so I'm gonna open it. So excited. I think it's Bunny. Yeah, I'm reading it for my second book club. I'm very excited. I finished My Best Friend's Exorcism this morning. I gave this a 3.5 star. I really like the 80s aspect. I always love books set in the 80s and when there's a lot of references. I just felt that it was just, nothing blew me away. It was a nice story, and it's very much about a friendship where one of the girls, the best friend, gets possessed and kind of wreaks havoc on the lives of her other friends. Only our main character Abby is concerned and trying to figure out what to do to save her friend. Nothing blew me away, like I said, so I'm giving it a 3.5 star. But next, I'm going to read Bunny by Mona Awad. I read that it was I think I mentioned it when I opened this, but it's a mixture between Mean Girls and Frankenstein. I also think it probably has like some Heather aspects, because I think it's like a clique of girls that all call each other Bunny. Also maybe a bit of cult activity, I don't know, The Craft maybe. So we'll see. I'm very excited to start reading it, and I might start today, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm excited to continue reading these spooky books. Last night I watched The Ring for the first time. I can't believe I'd never watched it, but I basically knew everything about it. It's just such a important piece of cinema, I guess, as to like references and like knowing what the movie's about. I think everyone knows what The Ring's about. It's like you watch a videotape, you get a phone call, you're gonna die in 7 days. And yeah, I've seen like Scary Movie making fun of it, so I was pretty spooked actually. I really liked it. The like spooky imagery really stayed with me while I was laying in bed last night, and very scary when I was walking the dog at night. Hey guys, so I have reached part 2. So I just finished chapter 14. That is, so the summary, I'm just going to read it quickly so you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about. So a scholarship student who prefers the company of her dark imagination to that of most people, Samantha Heather McKay is utterly repelled by the rest of her graduate fiction writing cohort at New England elite Warren University, a clique of unbearably saccharine, yet sinister rich girls who call each other Bunny and seem to move and speak as one. But everything changes when Samantha receives an invitation to the Bunny's fabled smut salon and finds herself inexplicably drawn to their front door, ditching her only friend Ava in the process. As Samantha plunges deeper and deeper into the Bunny's world and begins to take part in their monstrous experiments, and the edges of reality begin to blur. Soon her friendship with Ava and the Bunnies will be brought into deadly collision. So the first part was just setting up who Samantha is, who the Bunnies are, her friendship with Ava, going to school, very disgusted by the Bunnies, like anyone who kind of like looks at a clique. The clique reminds me of like Mean Girls, the Plastics kind of thing, so I'd say she's like the Janice, like looking at them, disgusted, wants nothing to do with them, kind of, more or less. As I'm reading this right now, Samantha has joined the Bunnies. They have officially invited her to a few gatherings, and I think my expectations were a little higher. We'll see how this turns out later, but it's just fine so far. So far I'd say it's like a 3. Hopefully there'll be implosion or something, you know? Hi Bunnies. So I finished reading Bunny. I really enjoyed the ending. I know there's a lot of theories about this book, but I feel like it's pretty straightforward. I don't know what all these theories are. For sure, during the reading, I had theories, but I feel like the end just confirmed everything for me. So, not sure if the author would agree, I guess, because a lot of people seem to be thinking different things. But I don't even know what to say about it because I don't want to give too much away. If you guys want a spoiler-filled review with my theory or what I think about it, I'd love to film another one and we could talk about it in the comments, but I feel like the ending brought me a lot of clarity on one question in particular about her friend, and it also was a bit more fast-paced, I feel, than the middle. I didn't like the middle. The middle was a bit too slow for me, but I guess it's maybe just a bit of foreshadowing and building. I feel like that's always my criticism. Whenever I don't like something about a book, I'm like, oh, but it's to serve a purpose. Anyway, so that kind of concludes my little horror reading month. I really enjoyed doing this, and I have a lot more horror books that I want to read. So maybe I could do something like a, I don't know, a March, Halloween in March or something, like a spooky March. Because I don't think I'll be in a spooky mood in January, and I definitely want to do like a romance theme for February. If you guys want me to do that, please leave any recommendations below for like love stories or anything like that for February. I'd love to hear what you guys thought of any one of these books below. Like, let's start a chat, let's talk about them. Yeah, I hope this is not too long of a video because I did read a lot and tried to sprinkle in a bit of spooky month in there for you guys as well. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.